Welcome back to the Dinar Current channel. If you've been closely watching Iraq's economic trajectory, then you'll recognize that this is a pivotal moment. After years of speculation, rumors, and conflicting signals, we now stand at the brink of a major financial transformation. The long-awaited revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, once dismissed by critics as baseless speculation, has finally become a reality. For more than a decade, economists, financial analysts, and regional observers have debated whether Iraq would eventually overhaul its currency system. That debate has now shifted from if to when, and the answer is now. The development wasn't leaked through back channels or hinted at cryptically. Instead, it was publicly announced on national television and confirmed through formal Iraqi government sources and state-run media outlets. The Central Bank of Iraq (CBI) has officially initiated steps to revise the value of the dinar as part of a comprehensive economic reform plan. While full details about the new valuation haven't been publicly released, early indicators point to a significant increase in the currency's value. But this isn't just about numbers changing on a screen, it represents a shift in Iraq's broader economic vision. It signals a move toward greater economic autonomy, stronger global participation, and renewed investor trust. This step is deeply rooted in Iraq's strategy to rebuild its post-conflict economy and combat years of inflation. At the same time, international pressures are mounting. Reports suggest that the U.S. government is preparing new sanctions targeting Iran-aligned militias operating within Iraq. Additionally, there are growing concerns around Iraq's handling of U.S. dollar reserves held at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. With American institutions heightening their oversight, especially over compliance and dollar movements, Iraq finds itself navigating a complex international financial environment. Yet, Iraq has shown a consistent ability to adapt and respond to major challenges. The current situation could accelerate vital economic reforms, prompt new trade relationships, and lead to improvements in the financial sector. A sign of this ongoing progress is the growing international recognition of Iraq's private banking sector. Notably, the National Bank of Iraq (NBI) recently earned a distinguished global award for its efficiency in financial transfers, a major milestone that underscores Iraq's rising reputation in global finance. Just a few years ago, it would have been unimaginable for Iraqi banks to receive such honors, especially when foreign institutions were still managing many of Iraq's core financial functions. Today, Iraq is setting new standards in transparency, compliance, and financial innovation. Its banking system is undergoing a digital evolution, aligning more closely with global norms and gaining attention from foreign investors and financial institutions who now see Iraq as a promising market instead of a risky one. This has profound implications for currency traders and long-term investors who have followed the dinar story. In the past, these groups were often dismissed as overly optimistic. But now, even the most conservative analysts are beginning to acknowledge that meaningful progress is underway. Financial activity is on the rise. Commercial engagement is intensifying. Reform measures are gaining traction. Prominent voices in the dinar investment community, including figures like Frank 26, have noted that a mix of rising oil revenues, advancements in banking, and geopolitical realignments could soon lead to measurable economic results. Although they continue to urge caution, pointing to possible delays from bureaucracy or regional instability, there is a growing consensus that the groundwork for real change is more solid now than it has ever been. A key driver of this momentum is oil. Iraq's Ministry of Oil has announced that northern oil exports, which are crucial for the national budget, may restart as early as next week. This is a critical development because it would restore a vital source of foreign income, reinforcing the value of the dinar and supporting the country's financial stability. Currently, the exchange rate hovers around 1,310 dinars to the US dollar. However, many experts argue that this undervalues the currency. As oil exports resume and foreign reserves grow, Iraq may be in a position to shift the rate closer to its actual market value. If that happens, it would mark a defining moment in Iraq's economic evolution. Adding to the momentum, the Central Bank of Iraq has launched a high-level two-day policy summit. This gathering includes economists, financial regulators, and international stakeholders who are convening to map out Iraq's financial path forward. Key topics on the agenda include exchange rate management, anti-money laundering frameworks, and integrating Iraq more fully into the global economic system. This summit is different from previous ones, which often led to vague or symbolic outcomes. This time, there is a clear sense of urgency and accountability. Iraqi officials are expected to unveil actionable steps that not only meet International Monetary Fund (IMF) standards but also attract and assure global investors. Alongside these broader reforms, Iraq is also tackling black market currency exchanges, dollar shortages, and systemic financial distortions. Successfully addressing these issues would help the country establish a stable and reliable currency that's less dependent on the US dollar and more aligned with global economic norms. Further reinforcing this progress, Citibank, one of the world's leading financial institutions, has officially acknowledged the National Bank of Iraq for its consistent performance, regulatory compliance, and financial transparency. This is more than symbolic praise, it's a validation that Iraq's financial system has matured to a level that allows it to participate fully on the world stage. In summary, this is no longer a speculative dream. The revaluation of the dinar, the resurgence of oil exports, the rise of Iraq's banking sector, and the growing international engagement all point toward a new economic chapter for the country. Iraq is not just talking about reform, it is acting on it. And what happens next could reshape its economic future for years to come. Be sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth updates.